Okay, true confessions. I'm going to tell you something. I don't like giving advice. I mean, literally in my family with one of my brothers, we actually joke about this. Hey, what you ought to do. I mean, let me ask you, when someone says to you, hey, here's what you should do, unless we're in crisis, how do a lot of us respond? And if a lot of us respond with how can we do it in a more effective way? If we have wisdom, that might be valuable for others. Another one, I'm Craig Ross, CEO of Veris Global. Now, the facet, by definition, is simply an approach we take to activating the potential in others, specifically the thinking and actions necessary for the business to deliver its imperative. The Consult Facet is a unique one. I'll be, again, completely honest with you. As I've traveled the world working with leaders and teams, whenever I use the word consultant or I hear them talking about consultants, to be honest with you, all too often, it's used with a sense or a tone of disdain. And why is that? Because we know that those consultants that have perhaps not delivered the value they intended to, there was too much of this, I know best and you don't, and I'm here to tell you how to do things. Yet, we've been around the block. You and I, this isn't our first rodeo. We have wisdom to share. So how do we do it in a way, in a consultative way, that doesn't turn other people off? I'll never forget the first time I saw this happen. It was done so well. I grabbed it, I asked the leader, can we replicate that for this fifth facet? He said, sure. I was watching a leader work with his team one time, and they were struggling with an issue, and I knew this leader had an answer. Instead of saying, here's what you guys should do, he actually said this. He goes, well, you know what, the way I look at it, if I hear you guys correctly, we have two choices. Yeah, we could do A, or we could do B. Guess what happened in that team? Immediately there was a focus, a crystallized focus and a clarity around this is what our choices have become. When we offer advice in a, here's what I've been hearing you say, and I think we could do A or we could do B, it serves people because they get to do what? They get to participate in the process of selecting which wisdom they're going to move forward with. But wait, there's more. What's fascinating, as I've coached leaders and teams to use this facet approach, I've heard overwhelmingly the feedback and I've experienced it myself. When we offer an A and a B, all too often, guess what ends up happening? Those that we're activating the potential within, they'll actually find a third choice. I can't tell you how many times in the executive coaching we do where I said, well, if I hear you correctly, it looks like you do A or B, and they said, actually, it's C. And I'll look at them and I'll say, really, why C? And well, because this and this and this and this. And guess who's demonstrating and showing that they've got the brilliance and the wisdom to bring forth the decision making necessary to be brilliant. The Consult Facet, one of 5 in the activator process, so that you and I can bring out the best thinking and actions in others. Let's go.